There's a toll in the hall now. Stay away from me! Stay away from me!
That's my back. It's killing me.
Stewie's well known for his cruelty and wicked schemes, but every now and then he gets a taste of his own medicine. Here are 10 times he got what he deserved. Number 10. He drank Peter's spit jar.
What the hell are you doing with a pickup truck?
Wait, let me guess. This is because of the Redneck Comedy Festival, isn't it? Oh, that dog of mine!
Now, Stewie's hands down one of the evilest and most wickedly creative characters in the show. So no one's gonna be too shocked if we say he totally had it coming, even when it seems like he's as clean as a whistle. Cause you know how it goes. The past always comes back to bite us in the tail.
I am gonna do everything a redneck is supposed to do.
Ugh, this is gonna be more painful to watch than when he ate half a fudgesicle in one bite.
When his dad Peter was going through his not at all strange and entirely normal redneck phase, he took the role seriously and down to the T. But let's not forget, Stewie's just a little tyke and ain't really versed in the southern customs.
Oh, there's my apple juice.
Stewie, wait, don't...
Where's my money?
Never mind.
Just like we said, karma's got a way of circling back, and sooner or later, you reap what you sow. And maybe Stewie ain't feeling it right now, but you can bet your boots Brian's finally tickled pink for giving Stewie a taste of his own medicine. Number 9. He was punished by Meg.
This. I press my butt against the wall and duke on it.
Stewie, don't do that!
Little devious Stewie's a maverick, answering to no authority. That's common knowledge. But let's not forget he's still just a baby, and sooner or later, someone was bound to have had enough of his antics. And how do you handle a misbehaving child?
Now sit here until I say you can get up. And if you move one muscle before then, I'll smack you in your weird head.
Hey, it's not weird. Mom says it's distinctive.
Meg found herself in charge of the house while their parents were away, and after getting fed up with Stewie's attitude, she didn't waste a second before putting him in his place. Now, this might sound like typical stuff in a young one's life, but here's the kicker.
Stewie! I forgot he's been in a timeout for 6 hours. Stewie?
Poor Stewie had to endure this punishment and a fair bit of terror for quite a spell. And if you're starting to feel a tad sorry for Stewie, just take a trip down memory lane and recall the countless misdeeds he's pulled off.
Sorry, I forgot my jacket.
Number 8. He wiped out his existence.
God, it's a family of idiots. I wish I was never born. Not tonight, Rupert. I'm much too upset.
It's possible that because he's a baby with a brain the size of a planet, Stewie always felt like he didn't quite belong in the Griffin family. And as you'd expect, there came a day when Stewie had just had it and decided to take some seriously wild measures.
I loathe this family. Being born into it was clearly some sort of cosmic mistake, so I'm going back in time to prevent that mistake.
Thanks to his time machine, the little guy jetted back to the past to break up his parents and prevent his own birth. And believe it or not, he pulled it off. Stewie found himself reborn in the heart of a British family. But what looked pretty awesome quickly started to rub him the wrong way.
I don't even get a stuffed animal to hug. The only thing in this crib is a 19th century dueling pistol. Ah! It's loaded?
With the lesson learned, Stewie got down to the nitty-gritty of getting back to his old life, and as you'd predict, he nailed it once again. But you know how karma rolls? It decided to leave him a little keepsake.
Stewie, I'll miss you. Ah, damn it! Help me, Stewie! Lift it off! Ugh, that looks really heavy. You know, you'll be fading away any moment. You know, it'll be a lot of effort, ultimately for nothing. I'm choking on my own blood!
Number 7. He faced Brian's mental torment.
It's been 24 hours. Got my money?
Oh, you know what? Just give me till next Friday. I'll have it for you.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I said have it today.
Now this is hands down one of the show's most epic moments, no doubt about it. Picture little Stewie stepping into the shoes of a hardcore bookie, dishing out some seriously brutal beatdowns to poor old Brian. It's an image that sticks with you, doesn't it?
Where's the money, man? Where's my money? 5 o'clock. You hear me? You got till 5 o'clock.
You freaking psychopath!
Clean yourself up.
After losing a bet and seeing Brian fall behind on payment, Baby Griffin doesn't waste a second teaching this freeloading dog a lesson. But what he didn't factor in was that he was roughing up someone he shared a roof with.
This is gonna be fun.
Poor Stewie found himself in the middle of a never-ending mind game with Brian, pushing him to the brink of insanity. And finally, after enduring all that torment, the sweet taste of revenge arrived. Number 6. He got rejected by Bart Simpson.
Go wash up for lunch. Eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts. I love that. Is that a popular expression, like what the deuce?
Probably more popular.
If there's one animated character in the world that our little Stewie could relate to, it's without a doubt the great Bart Simpson. And even though they hail from completely different worlds, that unforgettable crossover episode finally gave us the epic team-up we'd been waiting for.
Oh my God, that was great. I mean, unless you think it sucked, in which case it sucked.
It was all right, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Stewie didn't just admire Bart. He took the kid's lessons and antics way too seriously. And when I say way too seriously, we mean he went as far as kidnapping and torturing Bart's enemies.
Out.
But if we don't keep in touch, I'll kill myself.
That's what I'm talking about. Later, dude.
Later, dude.
Stewie's devious behavior turned things a little too twisted, even for Bart. Our tiny Griffin ended up facing a major brush-off that broke his heart so much, it almost had us feeling sorry for him. Number 5. His steroids wore off.
I got something that'll get him going.
Well, if there's anyone I can trust, it's a stranger at the gym holding a dirty needle.
Alright, first off, let's get one thing straight. What went down with Stewie and those steroids? Not his fault at all. Classic blame it on the bad parenting scenario, courtesy of PETA. And can we really fault a baby for turning into a full-blown muscle machine? Well, maybe we can.
What's going on, B-? What's a heps?
You see, the deal is, with this fresh physical strength, Stewie did a complete 180 with his behavior. You could say he was finally playing it the way he'd always dreamed. So, in a way, we could actually point the finger at him, couldn't we?
This is... Oop! Can I... Oop!
I'm just messing with you, man. You can do whatever you want. I was just kidding you. Why are you so serious?
But as that saying goes, all good things must come to an end. And before you could blink, poor Stewie got hit with a nasty curveball. And you better believe Brian had a little payback in store.
I'll tell you what's happening. Your steroids have worn off. You're weak like everyone else. And guess what? There's a toll in the hall now.
Stay away from me. Stay away from me!
Number 4. He was attacked by his own bees.
Bees?
Like a beekeeper?
Yep, Mom missed soccer registration, so this is my weekends.
And one day, out of the blue, Stewie decided to try his hand at beekeeping. And unsurprisingly, he nailed it. Because let's face it, when it comes to this youngest member of the Griffin family, the guy's a straight-up genius.
So, Brian, this is my hive. Now, how many bees do you think are in here?
I don't know, a million?
No, it's 4,000. Now that seems like nothing because of your idiot million guess.
But his huge brain power is only matched by his greed. Seeing the business taking off, he figured he'd motivate his little bees to produce more honey. And how'd he pull that off? Well, just like any other regular Joe, right?
Steroids, Brian.
What are we supposed to give them?
It says this is enough for a horse, so... I don't know, how many bees is a horse?
Well, you can't fit a horse in this box, so I just used the whole thing.
But you know how it goes down in Family Guy. Stewie's scheme went haywire, and his newly buffed bee buddies decided it was high time to school him in the way he'd remember for a long, long while. Or at least until his next twisted plan.
Turn on the wipers!
Number 3. He was replaced by his robot friend.
You bloody thief! Every joke you told up there was stolen from me! You and I are no longer friends!
You see, Stewie's quite the character we're all familiar with. A little troublemaker, a tad spoiled, and quite the vengeful soul. Oh, and he's a total genius too. His relationship with his dog Brian is so toxic that, at the slightest provocation, the youngest Griffin takes some rather drastic steps.
I have nothing to say to you, Brian. Besides, I'm busy playing with my new friend.
What new friend?
Now, Stewie's got brains to spare, but when he decided to swap Brian out for a new AI-driven friend, he had no idea what kind of chaos he was cooking up right in his own room.
I've built a few friends for myself. I have time for a friend of your simple ways. I must ask you to leave.
And as you might have guessed, the robot he whipped up to fill Brian's shoes not only jumped into his role, but also started cranking out more robots to replace him. Witnessing how his life turned into a living hell. Let's hope that from now on, Stewie gets a better grip on his impulses.
Salad dressing you wanted. Does that mean I'm in the crew now?
It does. If you drink the whole bottle while we watch.
Oh my God. It's so salty.
Number 2. He tanned way too much.
Oh my God, look at Stewie. Peter, you took him out without any sunscreen?
Maybe.
You know the sun is dangerous for a baby's skin.
The sun can be a real skin hazard, especially for little ones. And it's always a no-brainer to be super careful with the sun's exposure. But it looks like Peter missed that memo. The tan Stewie had coming was not an accident.
What are you doing?
Just getting my bronze on, baby. Hey, what do you think of my recumbent tan pose?
Feeling all fancy with his newfound skin tone, Stewie dove headfirst into a tanning obsession, completely disregarding any health risk. Although let's face it, he's just a baby, and somebody should have been watching out for him.
Gotta keep the tan up. It's not a skin color, it's a lifestyle, Brian. See, you wouldn't know that because you're white as a ghost. Hey, wake me up in 15, will you, babe?
Fine.
Oh, but things take a wild turn when he decides to buy his very own tanning bed for that golden glow 24/7. And that's when Stewie finally learned his lesson. Is it don't overdo the tanning? Nope, it's don't trust Brian.
Hey, buddy. I was just coming to tell you it's time to get out.
I've been in there for 6.5 hours, you son of a bitch! Don't touch me!
Well, how?
And number 1, he hurt his neck badly.
That's my back, it's killing me. I must have jacked it up playing sports and not trying to dance like Beyoncé.
You see, life isn't always a walk in the park, especially for a child still figuring out how the world works and constantly one step away from getting banged up. And that's the deal with our little Stewie, who ended up in the hospital and, well,
Be fine. He just needs to wear this brace for a while to correct it.
Oh dear.
Now, does he have any school pictures coming up?
Yeah, he actually does.
Well, then this will not be a refrigerator door year.
but leave it to Stewie to spin a bad situation into his favor. Thanks to his fancy neck brace, he became the class darling, deciding to milk that for all it was worth until, well, let's just say it didn't turn out too great.
What's happening to me?
Oh my God, Stewie! It's gotta be from wearing that damn brace all the time. Your neck must have atrophied so much it can no longer support your head.
You've got to take me to the hospital.
Yeah, that's what goes down when you keep daring fate. A harsh lesson poor Stewie had to learn. Do we feel bad for him? You bet. Did he have it coming? Absolutely.
Brace for the next 5 years of my life. The kids stopped cheering the second day. Then it was just, get off the swing, you Christmas turd.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to subscribe and like the video for more Family Guy content. If you're feeling a little more, check out Family Guy 10 Worst Things Meg's Done, shown on your screen right now, because you... it's hilarious.